big story, of course, the rising numbers, and on a day when India is making global headlines when it comes to new coronavirus cases, 6 ministers of opposition-ruled states moved the Supreme Court seeking a review of its order permitting the centre to conduct the NEET 2020 and the JEE Main 2020 exams in September amidst a COVID-19 pandemic. This also on a day when the Supreme Court hearing another plea where students had challenged the decision of the UGC asking universities and colleges to conduct final year exams by the 30th of September amidst the pandemic, said that states cannot promote students without holding exams and that final year university exams will be conducted as per the rules of the University Grants Commission.
Final year college exams will be held. Students cannot be promoted without them. The Supreme Court making it clear that exams have to be held this year by the 30th of September. The three-judge bench of Justices Ashok Bhushan, R. Subhash Reddy and M.R. Shah gave their orders through video conferencing. However, they have told the states that they can ask the UGC to defer the exams if needed. The bottom line, all students have to take the final exams. States can only postpone them but cannot cancel them, since according to the court, internal assessments will not suffice.
I am very glad that now the exams will be held and hopefully by September 2021 I will be studying abroad.
The recent decision of the Supreme Court to uphold the UGC guidelines is purely irrational, unscientific.
Meanwhile, 6 opposition-ruled states have approached the Supreme Court asking for a review of its decision permitting the centre to go ahead with holding the NEET medical entrance examination and the JEE for IITs.
The 6 states are West Bengal, Jharkhand, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Punjab and Maharashtra. The decision comes after the online meeting called by Congress President Sonia Gandhi and Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Wednesday. The Youth Congress even held protests against holding the exams in different parts of the country today.
You are our future. We depend on you to build a better India. Therefore, if any decision has to be taken regarding your future, it is important that it is being taken with your concurrence.
Statistically, 90% of review petitions are dismissed. Will the court rethink its own decision? If not, 2 of the country's toughest exams will be held during a pandemic next month. With Arunachalam Vaidyanathan in New Delhi, Rohit Wellington for NDTV.
All right, joining us now in the studio are, well, not in the studio, but joining us now on the show, Professor Sanjeev Tiwari, an academician, a professor at Delhi University. We have Professor Chandrabhushan Sharma, former chairman of the NIOS, a professor at IGNOU. But before I get to both of them who are of the view that the exam should go ahead and it can go ahead in a safe manner, I want to first speak with Shreya Sharma. She is a NEET aspirant, and Dhruv Jati, a student from Bangalore, a final year student. So Dhruv, first to you, what is your reaction today to the Supreme Court verdict saying that students can't be promoted, that exams must take place? That would of course affect you.
Good evening, Sarah. So firstly, let me begin by saying that the SC verdict must be upheld and we should respect their decision. However, this is a case that's lost with a lot of factual arguments. And this has been credible for years together. But the truth is that they were able to solve this problem themselves. And here the petitioners approach the SC and the verdict has brought us back to ground zero. Because you know, the SCs asked them to go back to the UGC. And this becomes problematic. So as much as I like the SC verdict, I believe that something should have been there in favor of the students.
Okay, Shreya, come in over here. We are days away from the exam, and protesting students like you have even petitioned the Supreme Court to intervene. So how are you taking in today's verdict? Because today's verdict in this UGC case, is that a huge setback? Because now the court clearly feels that you can postpone, but you can't cancel. and you can't promote any students without exams. So are you now disillusioned? What will the next step be for you? Is going to the Supreme Court still an option for protesting students?
Actually, that is exactly the thing we want. We actually are begging, we are requesting for postponement but not cancellation. So anyways, that is the demand which we have been doing. Looking at the pandemic that we are having right now across the globe, especially in India, when today the spike was 77,000. So in that situation, we are not demanding, we are not asking for cancellation, we are only requesting for postponement. So the petition is being, I guess the review petition is being filed by the 7 chief ministers. And I don't know if the hearing has been done today. I have been trying to concentrate on my studies, but you know, the anxiety level that the students are having is on next level. 29 students have suicided yet because of this anxiety thing. Like, it's really risky to be to conduct an examination in pandemic. Like the World Health Organization have clearly stated that it's an airborne disease now, right? So even I've seen the previous examples of KCET, of COMET, of UPBEd, etc., etc. There were no such standard operating procedures. The SOPs were only on the text, like only on written on the papers. So even if you have, I'll suppose you have thermal screening on all the centers. But ma'am, please answer me, what about the asymptomatic students or invigilators or the parents?
Yep. Well, Shreya, what is your personal situation? Why are you personally opposed to doing the exam in terms of your family situation? Because when the Supreme Court dismissed the students' plea initially in the UGC case, it said ultimately life has to go on. The career of a student cannot be put on peril for long. It said a full academic year cannot be wasted. When you hear those words, how did that affect you, given you have a diabetic in your family?
Yes, ma'am. My mother is diabetic. My dad has hernia, and my 85-year-old granny lives with me. God forbids, if I get in contact with any COVID positive person, any asymptomatic or symptomatic, or my parents does the same when they drop me to the examination center, who is going to be responsible for the hospital charges that we would be facing? We belong to a middle class family. We're not going to be admitted in the Leelavati or the AIIMS Delhi hospital. The government is not going to fund for my parents or for my operations or my cure. This is not going to happen. The basic reason I'm opposing, ma'am, it's a situation of pandemic out there. And number 2, you said that life must go on. Life do not go on at the cost of the death of a lot of students, of a lot of families. This is not what life must go on represent. Also, I just saw the interview that Mr. Ravish sir, he took one yesterday from a great educationist. He clearly told that there are solutions that could be amended. There are chances that we can postpone the examination and it won't be considered a 0 year. There are solutions, ma'am, if you look for them. But the problem is we're not looking for solution. We are just believing that it would be a 0 year. We also don't want it to be a 0 year. We're requesting for postponement, not cancellation. That is the whole thing.
All right, Mr. Sharma, would you like to respond to all of Shreya's concerns? One, about the fact that her mother is a diabetic. The government, NTA putting these students in a horrible situation, a catch-22 situation where they have to take these exams if they go ahead. Many of them will. But at the same time, someone like Shreya worries that her own mother could get infected by her. That is something for anyone to live with all their life would just be horrible. So if you could respond, one, to her comment about who will answer if she does contract the coronavirus, and 2, she's saying, students like her are saying, postpone for now. Today we have reached, as Shreya reminds our viewers, 77,000 new cases.
I think we have discussed this issue previously, and I was just listening to the debate about metro construction in Bangalore. The expert was saying 99% of the labor has come back and they are working and it's in full swing, and we are sure we'll be able to complete it within time. I have talked to many professors, directors of IIT, and I also tried to get their views about it, as we have written a letter to the Prime Minister saying exams must not be postponed anymore. Why? See, Shreya is saying postpone it. If we hold the exam in September, the results would be out by December and we'll be able to start the session in January. We must get 4-5 months to complete the year-long syllabus. Now, If we don't do that, how are we going to promote you to second year and we get another batch next year? We cannot handle 2 batches. 1, 2. I was looking at the Ganesh immersion in Maharashtra all over. Look at the videos, look at the news. People have come out, people are mixing, people are maintaining security, taking measures, but then coming out. This is such a prestigious exam. Students have been working on it. They have been preparing for 4 or 5 years. And a small minority is trying to put this pressure on the government that don't do it without realizing what will happen to all these institutions. Why is it that only the opposition party states have demanded postponement? Has it become a political issue? And we, the academics, are put in the way that we are trying to say hold on.
Well, we can talk about Bihar specifically. Will Bihar speak up, because the situation in Bihar also with floods puts those students in a tough position. But Shreya, if you could quickly respond to Mr. Sharma. He says it's a small fraction of students who are actually opposing this. Is that true? Do you believe that? And two, he is, pointing out some practicalities on the ground, that if you don't hold the exams now, next year what will you do? Will there be 2 batches, 2 years of students who are applying? There are some practical realities on the ground that the administration has to face, says Mr. Sharma.
Okay. Ma'am, number one, he told about the workers coming back to work for the metro and everything. So I wonder if you know that the Punjab, I'm not sure, but certain assembly decided that they will start the session and a lot of the members were tested COVID positive. Number one. Number two, about the Maharashtra people emerging for Ganesh Chaturthi celebration and everything like that. So they do not have to wear gloves for 3 hours and concentrate for the most prestigious examination of their life. Those 3 hours determine our life, sir. We have to wear those gloves which make our hands sweat like anything, and we have to concentrate for physics, chemistry, bio, or when it comes to the JEE physics, chemistry and maths. It takes a lot of mental pressure, and then those gloves, it's gonna distract us. I wear specs, and wearing this mask with it, it's gonna create fog in front of my eyes. These small little things are gonna be a great distraction. Number three, you were talking about...
Shreya, that would be it would be a level playing field for all students, right? Everybody sitting for the exam will be facing the same difficulties. But I want to first bring in, I want to touch upon an important point that Mr. Sharma raised. He claims that, this is a political issue, going by the fact that only opposition states, as he puts it, have raised this issue with the Supreme Court. So, Mr. Tiwari, coming over here, what exam, it's not just about the coronavirus. There are floods in states like Bihar and Assam. And Bihar, we have students where there's also a lockdown until the 6th of September. That complicates matters further. How will students in Bihar make it to their centers? Some of them are 90 kilometers away. What about public transport? In many cities, public transport isn't up and running. So how are these students expected to get there? Is the government also doing something about that to facilitate that?
Sarah, that is a very viable question and very pertinent question you are raising. Number one, as far as the centers are concerned, at no point of time, because the JEE exam is going to be conducted in 12 different shifts, and at no point of time there would be more than 129 students on an average at a center. Number one. The transportation part is concerned, instead of going to Honorable Supreme Court for the revision petition on the different chief ministers and the government, they should have concentrated that how to commute those students who are there in the far-flung areas. As far as Bihar is concerned, today 90 kilometers area is not a big area or big area to cover. I would like to say that the state government has already been appealed.
But aren't there just 2 centers in Bihar's 32 districts?
Yeah.
Aren't there just 2 centers in Bihar's 32 districts?
No. There are 2 centers. One is in Patna, the other is in Gaya.
So students must be living more than, 90 kilometers may not be far for you, but there are students who are pointing out they live 200 kilometers away. They will have to leave a day in advance.
Of course.
Where will they stay? Where will they eat?
Could be provided
if you have to
by
go
the
in
state
for an
government.
exam early in the morning.
That is the appeal made by the Honorable Education Minister to all the state governments to provide the public transport system to facilitate the students who are there in the far-flung areas. And
Mr.
as far as
Tiwari,
the
you
flood is
and Mr.
concerned-
Sharma are supporting the move that exams should be held. You haven't factored in any of this till now. We're a few days away from the exams being held. Let's go across to. I'll come back to you, Mr. Tiwari. You say 90 kilometers is not much for a student to have to travel to sit and take an exam.
No. For anybody, for a big country like India, 90 kilometers is not a far.
Without
far
public
area.
transport.
Number. No. I'm saying, don't put your words in my mouth, Sarah. I have just told you that the state government should concentrate to provide the facilities to the students.
Okay.
Instead of going to the Supreme Court.
Okay, so at least you admit that is a problem. We're days away from the exam. As of now, it's not clear whether students are being supported in getting to their exam centers, whether the government is providing them facilities to do so, and we are days away from the exams being held. Let's bring in Sumaya over here. She's joining us from Malappuram in Kerala. Sumaya, we heard Mr. Tiwari say that the students actually, instead of asking for the exam to be postponed, should have asked for transport facilities. You are in a unique situation. Is it true that you're in Kerala right now and the exam center that you have been assigned is in Punjab?
Sarah, can I come in here?
Sumaya, do you hear me?
Yes, Miss.
Sumaya, I was asking you, where you're in Kerala, is it true that your exam center is in Punjab?
Once again, ma'am.
Where is your exam center, Sumaya?
Punjab. I got it in Punjab.
Why is that? Is that an anomaly?
I think so.
Okay, so what are you planning to do? How will you get there?
I like to have in Kerala.
Okay.
But I had gotten at my admit card, it's Punjab.
Okay. So what are you planning to do?
I'm trying to get in Kerala itself.
Okay. And if it doesn't happen?
No.
Will you sit for the exam?
No, miss. I think to do that. Otherwise, there is no option. We have to go to Punjab.
Wow.
It's too difficult also.
Okay, so Mr. Tiwari, there must be more students like Sumaya. She's a NEET aspirant. What about, students can't lose a year. What happens to her? What happens in her case? That's what the Supreme Court said. Exams must take place. What would you do if you were in Sumaya's shoes?
Our problem is a technical problem, and I think that it will be rectified by the NTA, National Testing Agency, once they will write a mail to it. Because 333 students, as far as their press release is concerned, they have wrote to the NTA and their centers were changed to their desired centers. Not only that, 99.87% students out of the entire students of 15 lakhs, more than 15 lakhs, they got the centers of their first choice. And that is why, because the number is so huge, there could be some technical problems because of that. This is particular students had got the center in the Punjab. There is need to write it, and there is need to, from your channel also, because the NTA people might be watching this channel regularly. I also request them to look into these type of matters and solve it immediately, so that the students, they should be facilitated to.
Yes, they must, because otherwise, sir, the words of the Supreme Court that, this is a matter of life. Life cannot stop. Students must sit for the exams. They must be tested. That will be, will hold a lot of irony for the cases of students like Sumaya, for example. But thank you all, Mr. Sharma, Mr. Tiwari, Sumaya, Dhruv and Shreya for joining us and bringing us all your points of view. Thank you so much. Good night.